Alright. That is completely wrong. Hello? Hello? There we go. This thing isn't working now. There. 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 Okay, that's better. I'm gonna avoid it. Let's just go to the stream window. Okay, that's better. That's way better. I'll put chat back up, right? Chat, where are you? Okay. Now we just need a minute, it's just showing my monitor. Turn that off. Field of pink and gold. Alright, and then I'm just gonna grab this. Oh. That's better. Okay, stop looking at me. I need to create a specific plan for Deltarune before it starts. I just gonna have to like? Okay, you know what? Screw this. Okay. Just change this back. Okay. Now, I'm just gonna have to open the fucking image from my downloads directly. This one. And just press fucking it, because I can, that text box, probably can't actually. Oh, why does this have to be so difficult? Where's the fucking image editor? Image editor to the rescue. Should probably like get rid of this for now. If it wouldn't fucking lag. There we go, there we go, there we go. We're on our way, we're on our way, we're on our way. We're on our way to save the day. Because this is really funky. We're getting there, we're getting there. Come on, just load up, please. Oh. Oh my god. Freaking. Just. Please. Please. Please just load. Not that one. So my mouse is moving at like 5 frames a second, dude. What the fuck are we doing? Which one was it? It's the one I didn't pick. I'm so fucking smart. Oh, cancel. Wait. Oh. This was peak, actually. I'm just gonna be able that's labeled PNG. I took a screenshot. Edit image. Okay. Oh, that sucks. Okay. Okay. This should be good now. This should be good. This should be good. I think. No. Don't do that. Delta Bingo. I'm just gonna remove it after the stream. The name is already in use. That's right. Okay, I opened it. Nothing on this doxes me. I'm being really careful these days. Nothing on the screen, guys. Okay. Almost 7 plans. Too much. 650. Whoa. 600. Top one now. 300. Too little. 250. 240. 240 works. 240 works. 220, 200, 150. Wow. Oh, okay. 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 We're back. We're so back. Okay. This is kind of an ass stream setup. But let me just clear myself. Okay, so I should explain what I'm doing. I am going to be creating a prediction bingo for tomorrow's Chapter 5 release stream. I'm going to probably do the weird route and the normal route in the same bingo, because I don't think I have enough theories for weird. Actually, we'll see how it goes. I might create two. For now, though. Let's start. Oh, okay. It would be 480. Too much. We're back. Okay. Okay, we're back. So we're gonna do our first prediction. Font though. This one. DELTARUNE font. Does it not use my fonts? You need a Canva subscription. Ah, alright. That makes sense. Really? Really? It's just that easy. Okay, we're not using Canva. We're back. Not really. Ad blocking detected. Man, I don't give a fuck. It's the reason I got an ad blocker. So I didn't have to see. Stop. Remove. Okay. We'll pause for this side. Pause on this and reload. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have. Whatever. Let me open. Please. Open, damn it. Okay. I'm waiting. SpongeBob, it's closing time. And I wanna go home. How loud is the music, by the way? Is the music too loud? I haven't checked. I should probably check. Is the music too loud? I should do a test. Test 1, 2, 3. If the music is way too loud. Test 1, 2, 3. Okay, so the music is like cutting in and out for some reason, so we're just not gonna have music, I guess. Because my PC can't handle shit, I guess. Fuck me, I get. We in. We finally in. Hello. Are we in? Oh, please stop the lag. Oh, my poor. Please. I don't have that many apps open, by the way. I have two browser tabs, OBS, and my PNG tuber software. There's no way. Oh, my entire. Oh. Please just close. Close, please. There's no way it's lagging this much. Okay, okay, hurry back. Hurry back. Oh. Hurry back. Okay. Okay, we're back. It says loading for some reason. Okay, I don't know. I'll just go back to this. Wait, edit transform. Okay. I'm going way too far away. Top should be more. Even more. Who's texting me? No one. I was getting lied to. Okay, this shouldn't be 120, it should just be like 100. Okay, we're back. We're actually back now. Okay. Fuck. I'm 50 minutes in the stream and I haven't started the bingo yet. What the fuck are we doing? Can we start with... Why is this here? It's actually so fucking laggy. Bring the ad blocker back. It's like trying to load videos, ads, without my permission. Bring the ad blocker back. Okay. Fucking get out. Dude, I can't even refresh the tab. Oh my god, what is wrong with this? The fuck is wrong with this shit, dude? Okay. Can I reload the fucking tab? Hello? The entire tab is frozen. No. Abort. Abort. Get the hell out of there. Dude, I had to pull fucking task manager? Dude, friend inside me broke my fucking computer, bro. What did friend do? Dude, I can't even fucking... What the hell? Task manager. Open up. Dude, I have to end task. Chrome. End task. It's gone. Why did it say 75? Was I getting a fucking virus? The fuck was that? The fuck is wrong with this shit, dude? Attempt 3 at finding a good image editing website. Because everything else sucks. Image editor. Ugh. Not ChatGPT, not Canva. This one looks trustworthy. This one looks good. Let's try it. Oh, this actually doesn't look. Oh, this doesn't look that bad at all. Get rid of that shit. Okay, are we in? Oh, this doesn't look that bad at all, actually. Wait, actually, this is fucking fire. Wait, this is fire. Okay, never mind. We're doing this one. No ads and, like... Well, there's probably no ads because I turned my ad blocker on, but... Deltarune is fucking tomorrow. Can you believe this shit? Deltarune tomorrow. Deltarune tomorrow. It's probably 85. Ooh, is it like, okay, 86, 87. There we go. No. My PNG tuber model is wilding out because my keybinds for switching emotions is set to numbers, so it's switching every time I... That actually works perfect. I don't even need a crop up here. Barely, just barely need a crop. I'll go 30. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay, we're in. We're so back. Okay, now, almost an hour into the stream, we can finally start doing it. Okay, so, what is my first theory? Well, I gotta make sure. What's my Deltarune font here? It's not. Well, I don't need it. What's a good font? Okay, let's just do type first. Okay, so let's go back to the basics. What do I think is going to happen in Deltarune Chapter 5? I think Rouse is going to die. Or how about I go? Rudy dies. That's interesting. That's weird. What the hell? What the hell? Alright, finding an image editor, part 3. 4, fuck. Okay. This one doesn't look that bad. No, not... Okay, what the fuck? Text. me, bro. I don't care. Okay. Okay. So I'm making sure this is all gonna work. That is Times New Roman. Okay. Okay. I think I can finally actually start. Probably. Can I move this? Can I move this? Can I? There we go. Okay. This is taking so fucking long. Hold up, let's go on full screen first. Really should have done this before stream started, huh? You know how it is. Okay. Okay. We're here. Okay. So here there's one. Rudy dies. I think this is pretty self-explanatory. I think Rudy is going to fucking die. Not only that, he's gonna die at the festival. Like during the festival. And then Noelle's gonna find out like while she's at the festival. This is so weird. Okay, there we go. Next theory. Next prediction. Night identity revealed. Okay. Add a random character introduced then killed off. I don't think that's gonna happen. I mean, if any character were to die, it would probably... If any Darkner were to die, it would probably be Rouse. Why does it do this? This is kind of weird. It's kind of weird, but I'm trying to do it. There we go. Okay. Night identity revealed. Not only will the night identity be revealed, but it will also be Death Knight. I am a true Death Knighter. I truly think Death is the Knight. On my life. Death Knight confirmed. It just makes the most sense, you know? If anyone were to be the Knight, it would be Death. If not Death, then Rudy is probably next in the line. Carol seems too obvious. And Noelle is... No, there's no way. What else? I have a good one for, like, the specific... Is it really not, like... So weird. Not that close. Okay. I think... Let's go to Dark World stuff. Because obviously the Dark World's going to be at the flower shop. But since it's at the flower shop, and with the 7 flowers, I think it'll be like 7 flower. The 7 flowers act like mini bosses. It's just what I'm thinking, you know? I'm thinking, like, obviously in the trailer we see the patient's soul bullet path, you know? I don't know how to explain it. Because, like, in the trailer you see the swords coming down, and that is the patient's, or Cyan, soul bullet path from Undertale. And so I think with all the flowers in Asgore's shop being the 7 colors, because, like, I gotta pull this up there. We're gonna have the bingo, like, card over here, and I'm gonna, like, pull up random images so I can show my acute, I need to pull up another tab for me in order to do that, though. Okay. Bro, no. Asgore flower shop. Okay, here we go. Here's a good one. I need to show what I'm talking about. Is this flower shop, right? So obviously you see, like, there's the 7 flowers, right? And they're all the 7 colors. I need to put myself up to this wherever I am, probably. I so desperately need to, like, build this from the ground up again, because this is not gonna work. There's so much random stuff here. Okay. So obviously we have the flowers here, right? You have the purple, blue, cyan, golden, then yellow, then red, then green, or orange or green, I don't know. These are the 7 souls from, this is like the representation of the 7 souls from Undertale, right? The only one missing is obviously red, determination, which is what we have. And I think each of these flowers, because in chapter 2, if you go to In chapter 2, if you go to Sansa's shop after the Dark World, and you go to the left or whatever, and then Asgore runs in and talks to Sans, you will hear that Asgore say that he talks to his flowers about, like, his divorce with Toriel. So here's what I'm thinking. And these flowers have been here since they got married. These are the flowers from their wedding. So that means these flowers have been have been here longer than Chris has been alive and Azriel has been alive. So these flowers have lived for years longer than Chris, for like decades. And the entire time, Asgore has been talking to these flowers. Do you know what is gonna happen when they turn into a Darkner? When these flowers get turned into Darkners, they will be above levels of Tenna. And like Tenna and the Queenie and King. They will be so much more developed as characters because they have been talked to for generations. And obviously if they're in the perspective, they've just been told everything by Asgore. And Asgore's been telling them, man, my wife disowned me disowned? What the hell am I talking about? My wife divorced me and stuff like that. So that means these flowers aren't gonna be super keen about Toriel. But the main point is, these flowers know the entirety of Asgore's family, timeline and, family story. And these flowers have been talked to for so long. What I think that means is that these 7 flowers will act like... Because obviously Asgore is probably going to be the final boss, or he's probably going to be a big part of... He's the Flower King. His shop is literally called the Flower King. I think he's going to be the king of this Dark World. Especially since he talks to his plants, like a ruler. So I think Asgore's gonna be the king. Whether he's trapped in the sun like we saw in the key art, or if he's gonna be the final boss. All I know is that these 7 flowers are most likely gonna be the mini bosses of the chapter, acting like Asgore's knights or whatever. These are going to be fighting for Asgore and stuff like that. And I think these, especially since we saw in the trailer, we saw the bullet path for the Cyan Soul. As you can see the Cyan Soul here. I clicked on the right thing. You can see the Cyan Soul here, right? So I think we're going to fight each separate flower. And they'll have, different attacks, including the ones from Undertale with their bullet path. And adding on to that, too, adding on to that, I think Rousey is gonna get kidnapped by the flowers. I'll make some more square, actually. Why do I think this will happen? Many reasons. And I have much to talk about this. Because if you go to... Hold up, let me go to Twitter. For no reason at all. Okay. So why I think this one, I just saved. It's gonna be one of these. So this is a design in one of the merch things for Deltarune. And Rouse is covered in flowers, right? Not text, what am I doing? Add another image. And this is Toby Fox saying this shit. So. Damn, wait, my mouse shows up on this? Okay. So. Why I think Rouse would be kidnapped by the flowers. There's like 3 main reasons. 2 of them are up on screen right now. The Rouse merch. Rouse has a ton of merch of him in flowers for some reason. And this Toby Fox tweet was said like when chapter 2 came out. Or like, was it before chapter 2 came out? It was around chapter 2's release. That is like, what, 5 years ago at this point? And Rouse has like never been around flowers up until this moment where this entire chapter is themed around flowers. So obviously Rouse has some connection to this chapter. And Toby Fox was saying he's always getting mixed up with flowers, isn't he? That hasn't happened. Mixed up in flowers, you know, mixed up, whatever. But the reason I think Rouse will be kidnapped. So obviously Asgore has been talking, like I said, he's been talking to his flowers. Let me pull the image back up, honestly. This is all worthwhile information. Right? So obviously, we have this merch. We have Asgore talking to his flowers, right? Let me actually play and transform this and actually make this better. If I can center it on the flowers themselves. That works. That works way better. Okay. So, as you can see, Rouse merch of him in flowers, and Asgore's been talking to his 7 flowers, right? He said in chapter 2, when he was talking to Sans, that he talks to his flowers about his family life. So, hear me out. Rouse has been constantly compared to Asriel. I mean, Rouse is literally an anagram for Asriel, so. Rouse has been compared to Asriel nonstop. Noelle says from her quote-unquote dream, that there was a character that kind of looked like Asriel. And then Susie says, yeah, he kind of does look like Chris's mom. And that they're comparing him to Asriel. So, and Rouse has non-stop been compared to Asriel. And Asgore has been non-stop talking to these flowers about his family, including Asriel. So, what I think is going to happen is that these flowers are going to see Rouse and think that's Asriel. And they're going to kidnap Rouse and take him to Asgore. This also leaves the door open for another healer in the party, because if Rouse is gone for most of the chapter, and also like gets his own secret boss, which I think would be cool, that means there's an open part in the there's an open slot in the party, which would be perfect opportunity to put Noelle in as the 3rd party member. We obviously see, hold up, I'm still theory crafting. We see Noelle in the Nintendo screenshots for chapter 5, a part of your party during the festival. I think Noelle will stay with them during the festival. Okay, well, hold up. If I'm really digging deep into this, if I'm really digging deep into this, I think what could possibly happen? The chapter starts, the flower shop is in a fountain. The three of them, the fun gang goes into the fountain. Rousey gets kidnapped. And so Chris and Susie leave the fountain for whatever reason and go to the festival. They grab Noelle, and Noelle and the three of them go into the fountain, and they go through the entire chapter mostly with Noelle. I think that would be really, really cool, because we haven't had Noelle or anyone other than the main three in the party since chapter 2. So, that's just random theory, but I think that if Rousey gets kidnapped by the flowers, which I think he will, since he looks a lot like Asriel, and Asgore has been non-stop talking about Asriel to these flowers and like his entire family. I think that Rousey will get kidnapped, and then that also leaves an open slot for Noelle. I'm honestly gonna add that to the bingo. This kind of sucks. I have to keep doing this, but whatever. Oh, it doesn't even do that. Okay, what the hell? Okay. Noelle joins party in Dark World. I think Noelle will join the party. I think that'd be cool. Yeah, I think Rousey's gonna be kidnapped. Talking about Rousey too. When he gets kidnapped, what if he just like fucking fights Asriel as like the secret boss? What if Rousey is like the secret boss, like, because like Susie is the one that fights Gerson in chapter 4 as the secret boss. What if we have another one like that, but instead of Susie fighting someone alone, it's Rousey fighting someone alone? I think that'd be really, really cool. And so I'm honestly gonna add that to the bingo. Rousey. Rousey. Solo fight. Okay. Rousey. Secret boss. Solo fight. We also see in the trailer, I'm thinking back to this one. Those Control-C doesn't work on this website, okay. I'm also thinking back to that. I think the flowers will act like mini bosses, because if you look in the trailer, the fun gang, maybe Rousey isn't kidnapped for the entirety of the chapter because he is, what the hell? Rousey is a part of that cutscene. He is walking up with them, because they walk up to like a feather as like a collectible or whatever. It looks interesting. I think it's a collectible or something. It must be like, I don't know, like the main collectible or something. It'll be like the sun and moon cloud stone, whatever, and the board in chapter 3. I've been non-stop playing Deltarune the past week to get ready for this. Past 2 weeks. So, I think that'll happen because the three, like, there's a feather collectible. I think there'll be like 7 different feathers for each flower. I think that, right? Another reason I think these flowers will have such a big importance is because these flowers have been all over the marketing material. Like, these flowers, it was in the trailer. It was, when Toby Fox uploaded that song onto Twitter, the, uh, the song called The Sunset of Seven Suns, 7 being the 7 flowers, and also the flowers were in the video. And the song had the finale theme in it. So there's a huge importance on these flowers and the 7 human souls. And I think they're just gonna have so much importance in this chapter. They'll be so important. What's next? Mm-hmm. How about Flowey comes back in his true form? I'm just knocking shit over, dude. Revived is kind of a bad terminology since Gerson got revived. Flowey comes back as the Darkner. I'm just trying to make this look better. I think Flowey coming back is a real possibility. Especially since the Omega like the Cyan Soul Patience Bullet Pattern is from the Omega Flowey fight. Speaking of final bosses in Undertale, I'm thinking Azrael I think if Azrael were to ever show up, it's gonna be during Chapter 5, because there's no other reason for Azrael to come back from college unless it's for the festival, and the festival is in this chapter. So I think If any time Azrael comes back, it is going to be during this chapter. Otherwise, I don't think he'll return. This also would be really late to have Azrael come back. Des might not come back until chapter 6 or 7 because it's just a huge reveal. And I don't know if the Knight identity will be revealed this chapter. But I'm just theory crafting. This is a lot. This is taking longer than I thought. I'm just gonna do weird route stuff in this exact I don't know why it makes me do this every single time. So I'm just gonna do weird route content in this bingo as well. How about before that we'll finish this line, then we'll go into weird route stuff. How about oh. I'm thinking Suzel becomes official. Because Susie and Noelle have been non-stop flirting. I'm gonna pull out like that one meme of that one React channel where that guy just I cannot wait another season of you two verbally edging each other. That's kind of how I feel about Susie and Noelle. Like, come on, just start dating already. Like, we're so close. We're so close. Just wondering why I was zoomed out on there. Okay, let's go into Weird Route stuff. Because Weird Route is so interesting. Weird Route is so interesting, especially because of the ARG and the new ARG stuff that came out today. Des appears at the lake. Des appears at the lake. I think this is all very interesting. Like, you have, like, a lot of, like, context for each of these, and then it's just fucking Rudy dies. Let's get more specific. Ooh, that was bad. Rudy dies during the festival. Either in the hospital or whatever, I don't know. Has a stroke during the festival, who knows? Des appears at the lake. So why I think Des will appear at the lake is just because of the ARG stuff. Because we were asked, when will she smile? And it's happening, like, in the afternoon to the late night during the festival. And then we were asked the question, where will she smile? And people answered the lake. Some people answered the lake. And if you answer the lake, you got ding 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 and this very scary picture of Chris, like during a sunset or a sunrise, because it's happening in the east, so I think it's a sunrise. And that doesn't really make sense, but maybe it's a sunset and maybe it's different. Maybe we're facing from the north on the hometown view. I have no idea. Whatever the case. Where will she smile at the lake? Now, think back to chapter 4, end of chapter 4, where at the end, after you come back to the light world, after you defeat the Titan and everything, it's the place where it rained. If you go to the lake and you sit down with I said the 2 wrong names out of the 3 people it could possibly be. If you go to the lake and you sit down with Susie, Susie goes, I think I can hear a song being played in the distance. And I did this on my first playthrough. I couldn't hear anything until I turned it up all the way to 100%. I could finally hear the song being played, and it was Lost Girl. Lost Girl. What girl is currently lost in the timeline? Des. Des is lost. So, I think the reason Noelle smiles at the lake is because Des is there, and Des appears at the lake, and that's why Noelle will smile. That is confusing, though, because it is definitely Weird Route content. So why would Des only appear during the Weird Route? I have no idea. I'm also gonna put Roots theory confirmed. Basically, if you haven't heard of Roots theory, it's basically the idea that Noelle, there is another soul that we will be able to control Noelle as the soul eventually, or like we are, because during the Weird Route, once you put the thorn ring on Noelle in Chapter 4, it looks like a heart is like it's very reminiscent of a heart because it's a red dot. So people think it's like a growing soul. I don't remember Riz theory that much. All I know is that it's like we will eventually be able to control Noelle. Especially because if you go back to Chapter 3, in the 3rd board minigame, where you are in like the very dark place, or whatever, fighting the monsters, and it has like a bunch of enemies. It's right before, I'm trying to think, because that section is right before you fight Eram with a bunch of the enemies. Before you fight Eram, with the section of a bunch of people were able to connect that back to Hometown, because the place, like, with all the white monsters in it or whatever, all, like, I think it was, like, I don't know, there's 20 monsters in that room or something that you can just kill. People compare that to the school and, like, the other places, like, the top room was the Dreamer household, because it kind of relates to the Hometown map. The top right room, which connects to the lake, is the room where you walk in and you are controlling, while you're also controlling the Chris in the game, or the player in the game, whatever, as Chris, you are also controlling a black deer thing on the other side. And what you have to do there is you have to go up to the left switch while also maneuvering the black deer down to the bottom right. And once you do that and you click those 2 buttons, the door opens again, but you are now no longer controlling the player, you are controlling the black deer, and what you do is you control the black deer up to your player, and then Chris kills it. What I think that means, especially since when people pinpointed where that was in Hometown, it's right at the lake. So either Root's theory will be confirmed at the lake and we will start controlling Noelle, or I have no idea what's going to happen. Or Des will show up at the lake. Either Root's theory will be completely confirmed and we will start controlling Noelle at the lake, or Des appears. And it's just like, hey guys, what's up? Sorry I've been gone. Sorry I ran away. And then Chris is just like, who the fuck have I been following for the past week? Who the fuck have I been helping make fountains for the past week? What the fuck? Here's a good one. I don't think this will happen. God, I keep forgetting I have to add the text before I change the font. Here's a good one. Chris, betrayal. Susie, Rouse and Susie find out about Chris's betrayal. Or Truce with the Night. Okay. Fun gang finds out about. Okay. Oh, okay. This is rough. Okay. Finds out about Chris's truce with the night. And Fun Gang is just like. Very unlikely, I think. Fun Gang. Fun Gang. It's Fun Gang, right? I never figured out, like, the actual terms. Oh. Fun Gang is basically just Chris, Susie, Rouse, Noelle, and Birdley. So we can change that to the trio. I don't think that'll happen. That'll probably happen in Chapter 6. Because 6 we're going into the shelter, I think. If not, maybe 7. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea where the story goes from here. I'm so fucking scared. I don't really think this. People keep saying that the weird route ends at Chapter 5. And I know that it kind of makes sense if you look at the Spamton sweepstakes with the entire, like, thing where it shows number 1 is completely nowhere, number 2 is really big, number 3 is big but it's very low in opacity, number 4 is very small, and number 5 is really big but not as big as Chapter 2, because those relate to the chapters, and that's supposed to be related to how much weird root content is in each chapter, and there's no Chapter 6 or 7. So people think that weird root ends at Chapter 5. I think it keeps going. Weird root continues after Chapter 5. I think it's gonna keep going. Not gonna lie. Is that better? That's better. That's better. Okay. That's way better. Okay. I think the weird read's gonna continue. Will we know after chapter 5 ends if the weird read continues? Maybe not. Like, maybe we won't even know until chapter 6 comes out. But I want to bank on the theory that chapter 5 isn't the end. And if like we don't know, I'm gonna say like if the credits roll and it's like the end of the route, like it is definitively the end and you cannot continue that save file into chapter 6, that is what I mean. Is if Weirdo just like ends and you can't continue the route. That's what that is what I count as ending. So if that doesn't happen, then I get this bingo. And I think I'm gonna get the bingo. I don't think it ends. I still have 10 slots and I don't know what to put. Oh, here we go. I know what to do. Jevil content. I want more Jebel content. I love Jebel as a character. Here's a good one. Roaring Knight versus Trio rematch. Oh, I want to do this one too. This is not happening. This is not happening. There's no way this happens. There's no way this happens. I refuse to believe it happens. But for fun. Friend inside me is real. Not happening. No way. I don't think that's gonna happen. I want to do something else. I think Firegrave is happening. I think Noelle will Firegrave someone. And I think it might be Rousey. It wouldn't make sense for a Darkner to get Firegrave, though. So that's why I'm putting Rousey in quotations, because Rousey is getting fucked this chapter. Rousey might die. But Rousey is a Darkner, so it doesn't really make sense to Firegrave Rousey. I mean, it does. Rousey is an important character. Just that Rousey isn't a Lightner, so it's not the same. But or how about we go on the opposite of that? this mean? This looks like a copy button, but it's not a copy. Okay, whatever. What if we go on the opposite of that? Rousey knows fire magic, except he refuses to use it. So, what if Rousey firegraves someone? What if Rousey firegraves someone rather than Noah? I think it will be one of them. Well, it's confusing because in the ARG, when you talk about snowgraving, the answer is that'll come later, which is very fucking scary. Because what do you mean that'll come later? We already snowgraved Birdley in the Weir route. So what do you mean later? It already happened. Is bro talking like we're gonna snowgrave like the entirety of hometown? Like what? What? I only have 5 more. And then I'm probably gonna go to bed. Because I want to be awake and ready tomorrow. Because I will be streaming the entirety of my first playthrough tomorrow. Maybe Weird Route also tomorrow. But we'll see how far I get. Dude, my watch told me to stand up because I've been sitting for too long. And then it just told me, great job, you stood up, and I didn't even stand up. So, this watch is kind of bugging. What else? What else? Oh, yeah. Sham fuses shadow crystals into the what is it called? It's pure crystal, I think. Yeah, it's pure crystal, I think. Into the pure crystal. Let's do some final ones. I think Boss is the Roaring King, aka Asgore. trying to format this neatly. I think the Roaring King has some stake in being real, but we really don't know. Secret boss. Armor. Secret boss item will be an armor. Will be... Okay, let's think. So if you fight Jebel, if you kill Jebel, you get the Jebel's Blade, which is a axe for Susie. Or Jebel's axe. I don't remember. Because Jebel's tail is the armor piece if you pacify him. If you fight Spamton Neo, you get the Deal Maker. If you fight Spamton Neo in the Weird Route, you get something. No matter what, you get the Shadow Crystal. If you fight Spamton Neo in the Weird Route, you get a weapon for Rousey. It doesn't matter which way you do it in Chapter 3. In Chapter 4, it doesn't matter. You get the axe for Susie. So, I'm thinking... it'll probably be an armor piece. Because Chris, Susie, and Rousey... actually, we'll go Secret Vice item will be a weapon for Rousey. Because Rousey does have a weapon from a secret boss, but it's only if you play Weird Route and you fight Spamton Neo in the Weird Route in Chapter 2. So. Making gas, pulverized as fuck with my Bergen truck. Seems you're out of luck. Truck! New soul form. Actually, that's good. New soul form. Whether it's the blue one or one we haven't seen before, I want a new soul form. Oh shoot, I missed it. 10 hours until Chapter 5 releases, by the way. 10 hours. I just missed it. Where is it? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd the text box go? Where'd the text box go? Oh. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Yeah, new soul form. I think that has some stake. Oh, that means it's June 24th, by the way. It's 12:02 a.m. my time zone. It's June 24th. We are so in. What final thing can I put here? What's my main theory? Worst cliffhanger yet. Soul destroying. No pun intended. I think that's good. I think that is our bingo card. This looks like the ramblings of a madman. Holy shit. Rudy dies, the knight's identity revealed, Death's Knight theory confirmed, the seven flowers act like mini-bosses, Rousey is kidnapped by flowers, Noel joins party in Dark World, Rousey's secret boss solo fight, Flowey comes back as a Darkner, Azrael comes home from college, Suzel becomes official, Death appears at the lake, Noel Red's theory confirmed, the trio figures out Chris's truce with the knight, Weirdo continues after Chapter 5, Javel content, the Holy Grail, Rory Knight vs. Trio rematch. Okay, I have one thing to change. Friend inside me is real. Noel will firegrave someone, possibly Rousey. Rousey will firegrave someone rather than Noel. I'm going to actually change this to Chris takes out the soul in the dark world. And I'm going to change this one to Chris versus Soul fight. And I'm going to change this to Noel or Rousey firegrave someone. Susie, Noel or Rousey firegrave someone. The reason I think it's Rousey is because Rousey knows fire magic and Noel is December, like Christmas themed and snow themed. So I think Rousey would be more likely to firegrave someone because Rousey knows fire magic. The only reason I would think it would be Noel is because Noel is like the entire center focus of the Weird Root. Let me format this better. I'm just gonna format this better. I don't think this one is that good. Is there anything else I can think of that'd be better than the trio figures out Chris's Truce with the Night? Because I don't think that is gonna happen. Oh, there's a good one. Okay. This is the one I wanted the most. I completely forgot. Asgore OST remix. Please, oh fuck. I'm done. I think that's good. Let's go through it finally. Rudy dies during the festival. Might happen. The Knight's identity... my God. Okay. Nope. I'm taking a drink and I'm restarting. It's fucking God. I can't drink it anymore. There's nothing left. Okay. Rudy dies during the festival. Might happen. Okay, I'm gonna go through all of them, and then I'm gonna go through all of them again, saying which one I think is might or might not happen. I'm gonna put my mouse over which one might happen. Okay, okay, we'll just go through it now. Rudy dies during the festival. The Knight's identity revealed. Death Knight theory confirmed. The 7 soul flowers are the main villains. The fuck am I saying? Okay. Rudy dies during the festival. The Knight's identity revealed. Death Knight theory confirmed. The 7 soul flowers become the main villains. I shouldn't say become, I should say are. And if I format this better... Oh, that scared me for a second. I clicked something and it, like, reset the tab. I thought all my progress was gone. Why'd I kill myself? The 7 soul flowers are the main villains. Okay. One more time. Rudy dies during the festival. The Knight's identity revealed. Death Knight theory confirmed. The 7 soul flowers are the main villains. Rowsley is gonna get kidnapped by the soul flowers. Noelle joins the party in the Dark World. Rowsley's secret boss solo fight. Flowey comes back as a Darkner. Azrael comes home from college. Suzel becomes official. We win. Disappears at the lake. Noelle Root's theory confirmed. Free space. Asgore OST remix, please, oh please, oh please, oh fuck, oh please, oh please, oh fuck. Weird Root continues after Chapter 5. Jevil content, the Holy Grail. Chris versus the Soul Fight. Friend inside me is real. Noelle arouse a Firegrave someone. Chris takes out the soul in the dark world. Like, instead of Chris taking out the soul in the light world, Chris takes it out in the dark world instead. Sham fuses the shadow crystals into the pure crystal. The final boss is Asgore. Secret boss item is a weapon for Rouse. New soul form, and worst cliffhanger yet, soul destroying. Okay, here's what I think is gonna happen. Rudy dies at the festival. I think it's very possible. Knight's identity revealed. Meh. Death Knight theory confirmed. I think Death Knight is real, but I don't know if it'll be confirmed this chapter. The 7 soul flowers and the main villains, I think that is like pretty much gonna happen. Rouse is gonna get kidnapped by the soul flowers. I think that's pretty plausible. Noelle joins the party in the dark world. That's a little iffy. Because it kind of ruins the entire dream thing we have going on. Maybe in the weird route, Noelle joins the party. But in the normal route, it's gonna be weird. Unless they completely drop the act and are like, yeah, Noelle, your dream was real. That actually happened, then I don't think she'll join the party. Rouse's secret boss solo fight, I really want this to happen. I don't know if it will, but I really want it to. Flowey comes back as a Darkner, probably gonna happen. I mean, Flowey is like hinted at throughout like all the promotional material. Azrael comes home from college. That's just a shot in the dark. If Azrael were to ever come back during Deltarune, it would have to be during Chapter 5, I think. Suzel becomes official, we win. If it were to happen, it would probably be in Chapter 5 also. Disappears at the lake. I think if Noelle smiles, and Noelle smiles at the lake, and Lost Girls played at the lake when you visit the lake during Chapter 4 at the end, I think Des returns. And appears at the lake, and Noelle will smile. Because there's no other reason for Noelle to smile at the lake. Noelle Root's theory confirmed. That is also very possible due to the weird route. I think normal route, normal route probably will be Noelle will smile at the lake. Weird route might be Noelle Root's theory confirmed. Asgore OST remix. I think it'll happen, and I'm so hopeful that it will. Asgore is my favorite song from the original Undertale soundtrack. Asgore is my favorite. It is the best one. Dun, 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 dun. It's so peak. You know, pull it up, dude. No, pull it up right now, bitch. Pull it up right now. We're going on the Spotify web player. We're pulling it up. I'm not logged in on this browser for some reason. I can play it without being logged in, right? The fuck? I have to log in? Fuck. Don't let me in. Please. Play the song. I want to play the song. Spotify account not found. What? It's this one? Huh. I didn't know that. Here we go. Hold up, I need to listen to it too. I can't listen to it right now because I don't have my earbuds plugged in, and if I played it with sound on, you guys would hear double, and that kind of sucks. So, I should definitely make sure to plug in my earbuds before I go to bed. Because I would like to hear the music while also streaming. So, here we go. Here we go. I gotta make sure I'm not. Microphone, quadcast, speakers, no, headphones. Here we go. Here we go. Oh yeah. Bum, bum, bum. Like, can you imagine? Can you imagine? Can you imagine this as a remix? And a Deltarune remix. Can you imagine that? Dude, it would be so peak. Da, 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 na, 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 na. And can you imagine? Can you imagine that song in as a remix in a game with the same song as this? No matter what, the OST will be fucking peak. But I wanna hear an Asgore remix so badly. And imagine, oh, I love it. This one part. Oh. Na 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 na. Like, fuck! It's so good. Oh, and Guardian 2. This is probably a better example. Bana, 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 na, na. Like, dude. Oh. Can you imagine an Asgore remix? I'm just excited for the OST in general. I think the OST is going to be peak perfection and I'm going to love it. But, yeah, Asgore OST remix. Weirdry continues after Chapter 5. I think this is going to happen. Like, there is like a 90% chance in my mind that Weirdry just continues. Because before, when that Spamton sweepstakes came out, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm not even sure if chapters 6 and 7 were even confirmed. Like, I might be tweaking, but I don't remember. I think I remember hearing somewhere that when that Spamton sweepstakes came out, chapter 6 and 7 were just like a myth. So, I think Weirder is going to continue. Even if what I just said was bullshit, I still think it's going to continue. Jebel content, I don't think it's going to happen. I think us Jebel fans are going to cry. I don't think it's going to happen. Obviously, we have Bet 30 in Chapter 3 as, like, semi-Jebel content, but that doesn't count. I want, like, full Jebel content, like what Spanton got in Chapter 3, where he comes out of your pocket as the deal maker. I want full Jebel content. Crystals for the Soul Fight, the only reason I think this will happen is because during the trailer, when the Cyan Bullet Path, when the Cyan Soul Bullet Path, the box, like the fight box, whatever you call it, forget the name. It is significantly bigger. Like, the box is so big, and that might just because the attack pattern is pretty big, but I also could think maybe there isn't, like, a menu, or maybe there isn't an enemy on the other side of Chris there, because it's just us. We are the enemy, you know? I think it's possible. That kind of me touching something. You guys hear that sound? What is that? I'm clicking the 6 button. That's like the Opera GX typing sound effect, whatever. Noah will arouse like fire brave someone. I think it's gonna happen. I think it's gonna happen. This chapter, if we go by the Spamton sweepstakes and there is no chapter 6 or 7, this has the most weird route content since chapter 2, and that fucking scares me, dude. That fucking scares me. But it also makes me think Firegrave because, one, in Gerson's retelling of the chapters during the secret boss fight, the Hammer of Justice boss fight, he says, chapter 5, field of pink and gold charred in an inferno of jealousy or something like that. I think. Oh, that's also a good one. Is there anything I can replace on here that I don't really like? I don't know, I like Gritty Dies. How would I switch this with, the flower shop burns down. Not only that, I gotta format this way better. The reason I think this will happen is because the flower of pink and gold charred in an inferno of jealousy. I think this is very possible. Because in the trailer, the flowers come out pink, like the effect on screen comes out pink, and then it turns gold. And they're like inferno, fire. This chapter has a theme of fire and flowers. What if while we're in the fountain, the flowers start turning yellow because the shop is burning down? What if? That one's very not possible, but I like that better than Rudy Dies. Chris takes out the soul in the Dark World. I think that's possible. Especially if we have a Chris versus the soul fight. It's practically the same thing, but Sean fuses the Shadow Crystals into the Pure Crystal. I think it's possible since this is the last Shadow Crystal chapter. We might not give it to him until chapter 6, but I don't know. Final boss is Asgore. I think it's pretty much a gimme bingo one, but maybe not. Maybe he's just gonna be like Toriel and like asleep in the sun or something. I think this is possibly because Rousey is the only person to not get a weapon unless from a secret boss unless you're during the weird route. So I think it's very possible. Especially if Rousey is gonna do the secret boss fight alone. I think that'd be cool. New soul form, I think it's gonna happen. Probably blue. Probably blue, if I had to guess. And especially if we're going to be fighting all the soul forms, we might just get one for each soul fight, which is crazy, but it might happen. Where's Cliffhanger ending yet? It's gonna be. It's gonna happen. You know it will. You know it will. You know what's gonna happen. This one is gonna happen. This one is gonna happen. You know it will. Quote me on this. It'll happen. Okay, I'm done. I'm saving this. I need to rename this. Chapter 5 bingo card. I'm done. I'm done. I think we're good here. I can close it at this tab. I can close it that tab. I think that's it. I might stay on OBS just to set up a stream layout that's gonna be good for the stream tomorrow. Because this stream layout isn't that good, and I'm gonna have to create a better one. So for now, this is goodbye, and I'll see you tomorrow morning in probably 9 hours. I'll probably start the stream like 30 minutes before the chapter releases, so we can go over the bingo card. If anyone didn't watch this stream, if we can go over anything else, any last theories we have before we start the chapter. I am so scared. We are less than 10 hours away. I think after I'm done playing this chapter, I will be a different person. I'm scared. I'm so fucking scared. Because there's so much weird route content, and the cliffhanger is gonna destroy me. And then we have to wait until chapter 6, which is probably next year. Oh, I should have made one of the bingos be like release date confirmed by the end of next year. Or about like release date at the end. Release date revealed. Release year revealed at least. And then one of the bingo cards. But whatever. That's the bingo card. Oh. I need to remove this. This is not recording. That's fine. That's fine. This is Girls Like Streams. I'm gonna have to create a better hangout spot for tomorrow. I'm gonna copy this thing. Not that. I also want to put the bingo card up here. I think that's good. I'm going to end stream and then create a good stream setup for tomorrow's stream, where we'll be playing the entirety of Chapter 5. I'm probably gonna like take breaks maybe throughout the day, but I will like it'll be all in one stream. I just have to beat it within 12 hours, right? Because that's the limit for YouTube streams. I think something like that. I think it is. Whatever the case, I will be there. See you tomorrow. I am so fucking scared. I'm so fucking scared. You don't understand how scared I am, dude. I'm so fucking scared. I'm so fucking scared. Hold up, let me put up. Hold up. Hold up. I'm so fucking scared. Alright. See you tomorrow.
Discord